So guys, it's Champions League group stage time. Let's make that happen and hope we can make it through, because this is really our last chance to win the Champions League. What's up guys, I'm ChasingLamely. Welcome to episode number 116 of Passport to Poland, as we are in deep to our final season. And as you can see, the first thing on the screen there is the league table. We're currently sitting second, but unbeaten. We're dropping a lot of points, and there's a lot of things we need to make changes, make work for us to get ourselves dominant. Although we can stay unbeaten and keep a record like that, we should have no trouble going forward into the season. But today we're playing Chelsea in the Champions League, but we've got a few things we need to catch you up on first. Let's start with transfers, because there are a few transfers since we last discussed them. In terms of, let's do the outs first, because outs are always the best way to disappoint, and then we can give the good news. So since we last, I think you saw Klaus Bang had gone. Bruno Jordao was sold from under me to Club Bruges for a fee rising to 9 million. Josip Misic we got rid of because he was just moaning. Rodolfo Camacho has gone out on loan, so is Velasquez, Vilcek, Villarreal, Joe McEachran, Danny Lopez and Liam Lockwood have gone out on loan, and so has Francesco Gagliotti, because I didn't see a need for him initially, and then I may have made a need for him too late. But it's fine. Stuff happens, we'll get over it. Players that came in, I brought in a load of players on loan. So Antoine Edge Irvin has come in on loan from Liverpool. He is a left winger. He will play. He's basically replacing Gagliotti, but I felt like he had more skill, more upside. So he's coming from Liverpool. Looks like a really tasty player that will make a big impact for us in the league. We can't register him for the Champions League, unfortunately, but he'll make an impact for us in the league. We've brought in Jiří Novotný on loan from Slovakia. I just want to have a look at him because they're still moaning about not bringing in enough Czech players. He's rubbish. You won't see him unless it's a cup game I don't care about. Steve Harris has come in on loan from Newcastle. He's another left winger, again with big potential, who could turn into something good. He is a wonder kid. We might see how he fares going forward. He's joined Newcastle from Everton, and he's in the England under-21 squad. So that's definitely a sign of quality. Peter Alexander has come in on loan from Arsenal. He's a right winger. You can see I decided to play with wingers again in the league. Not necessarily in the Champions League. I don't think it will work for us in the Champions League, but in the league we're playing with wingers, and Peter Alexander looks like a good prospect for us. So we're going to see how he goes going forward as well. We've brought in Greg Hilson from Wolves. He is a defensive midfielder. Again, under 21 caps, looks like he's got some potential, just giving me some extra kind of backup there for the league and domestic campaigns. We then move on to Mark Grayson, who's coming on loan from Everton. He's another right winger with some really good pace, under 20 cap, and I think maybe can do something for us. It's the most English players we've had in about 2 seasons, by the way. And Joe Morris is coming from Arsenal. He's a striker. Under 21 international, again with some very big potential. He's just there to kind of add some depth behind Sindelar and Jordi. So there are the new signings in terms of what you've missed since we last played, if we get there, because it's being super slow. Right, so you last saw us play against Dinamo, where we beat them 3-0 to get into the group stage. We played Cracovia in the league, beat them 3-0 with Carlos Fernandes and Thomas Sindelar scoring the goals for us. Lost to Tottenham in a friendly, but that's fine. That was just to bring in some cash. And then we played Piast and drew 1-1. The big headline here isn't the own goal, it's Sasha Lee scored against us. There's a lot of our ex-players playing for Piast, and they are very much a threat to us in the Ekstraklasa, as we can see. It's interesting for they're currently 4th, a point behind us. They've bought a lot of players from us. Wisla Krakow have, so have Lechia, so have Wisla Plock, and so have Zaglevi. They've all brought in players from us, so have Vitsu actually, and Lech. A lot of teams who are doing better than they should be have signed a lot of our ex-players. Financially, we are doing better. We only have a net debt of 41 million now, so things are going well, but the Champions League should make a dent in that. Talking of which, let's get on with the Champions League, because that's going to be a big thing for us. And like I said, today we're playing Chelsea at home, who should be way too good for us. So I've gone with a bit of a a bit of a change to the 4-5-1 diamond. I've made it a little bit more defensive. So the lineup today is Wilson, Francis, Stewart, Pleshko, Eamon. I think we're seeing Dominic Eamon. He is the left back we brought in on loan from Bayern. He looks like he could be okay long term, and certainly is our best left back in the squad. So he's come in for his Champions League debut. Kokoska, who usually plays centre half, is playing as a half back, just so we have that little bit of extra defensive cover. Ribeiro, Fernandez and Di Bernardi are the centre of midfield. Fernandez, we're trying him out as a roaming playmaker. I think he can be dangerous doing that. We've got Danny Bateo playing as the attacking midfielder, and Jordi Portilla playing as the lone striker on deep lying forward attack, which may change depending on how things start looking for us. The bench, before I click forward, is Gomez, Devine, Dostalek, Sindelar, Brzezowski, Longstaff and Angerin. So let's get into this. Let's see if we can do any kind of damage whatsoever to Chelsea. So, starting lineups, they are playing with a 4-2-3-1, and there's a lot of regens in here. Fiaco Tomori is still there. Keeper is still their keeper. I don't know who this guy is. Milan Skriniar. He is Slovak international who they've signed from Inter Milan. So he's probably pretty strong. Jude Bellingham is there. They haven't retired his shirt yet or named a stand after him, so clearly being a bit more mature than Birmingham about the whole thing. That's a dig that's going to get me in trouble with some Birmingham fans, but luckily there aren't many of them. They have Mariba playing alongside him. Eli Mariba? He's a Barcelona youth product. Pedri, João Felix, Richarlison, which is a very odd signing. It's a very odd signing, Richarlison, but he did well for Everton on the game, so okay, we'll assume that's a good signing for him. And Fabio Silva starts up top. I'm not super familiar with Fabio Silva, but he plays for Porto in real life, and he seems to be alright for them. So, looking strong. On the bench, Mason Mount is there, Hudson-Odoi is there, and Van der Beek is there. James Van der Beek from Dawson's Creek making his Champions League debut. So, hand all that over to the assistant. Let's see what's going to be asked in the tunnel. Doesn't come into a game such as this in the back of facing hosts like Piast to make your job easier. That's massively disrespectful towards Piast, because they are very much in the conversation for the for the European places this year, if not the title. Right, let's get into it. Let's see if we can get. I mean, I'm playing for a draw. I've got the fullbacks on as defensive wing backs at the moment, because I really just want them to defend as much as possible. Kokoska is there to shore up the defence. It's really going to be on Ribeiro, Fernandez and Di Bernardi to try and A, hold things together in midfield for us, and B, maybe try and create something as João Felix gets a free kick early on, whips it in. Fabio Silva is there. It's gone over the bar, and that's time for a get creative shout. Because we're dominating possession, which is kind of what I expected to happen with this tactical change. I think it's a very good formation for Europe against stronger sides. I'm certainly going to use it against Ajax away. Celtic will play by ear, see how they look in their first two games against Chelsea and Ajax. If they look like they're on a par with us, then we might just try and beat them with the diamond. As Louis Royard has scored for them, putting pay to any hopes I have that this formation might be the silver bullet. We're going to show some passion coming out of this highlight. Yeah, Felix with a really good free kick. Frankly, Wilson should have done far better with that. Really not his best goalkeeping effort of ever, but you know, still dominating possession. We're all over them possession wise. They're really having to counter against us, you'd assume, but they are getting more shots. They are getting themselves into good positions. Carlos Fernandez has been booked. Ribeiro and Di Bernardi and Bateo are not playing brilliantly, which is not going to be ideal for us. Let's show some more passion and see if that will work for us, because yeah, things are going to have to change if we're going to get back into this game, and just even if we just salvage a point, which I feel like is my motto in Europe. Can we salvage a point? But we should be able to. Let's go straight into the second half in the driving rain. Wilson definitely deserves that low rating. He did cost us that goal. I'm very concerned that our two wider midfielders who are playing as Masalas are not performing to the best of their ability. That is a big concern. Though Eamon has got the ball now. Plays it back to Kokoska. This is our first highlight. Ball forward to Di Bernardi. who gives it away to Fiaco Tomori, and Richarlison has just put it back to keeper, and we really need to do more now, as João Felix is going to run at us on the left hand side, plays it inside for Fabio Silva, who punishes us and makes that 2-0, and that is definitely unacceptable on every possible level. We're not going to watch that highlight again because I don't need to see how bad that was, and it's definitely going to be time, I think, to do a tactics. So let's remove Ribeiro and Di Bernardi. I don't know why that's got itself all messed up. It feels like I can send Matty Longstaff on for Di Bernardi. I'll send him on for Ribeiro, and I'm going to send on Gomez for Di Bernardi, because that little bit of experience might help. Can I make him a Mazzala on support? Well, that maybe shore things up a little bit better. We're going to put box to box on for Matty Longstaff just to see what he can do in his sort of best position. I've got to keep an eye on Pleshko, because he's starting to tire a little bit, and we'll see what happens. Maybe that's enough changes to just get things moving a little bit better, even if it just retains a little bit of that dominance we've had of possession in midfield. But Pleshko has now picked up a booking as well as being tired, and that's often a good time to take him off. We'll put Adam Devine on, get him back to match fitness. He's been struggling for a little bit as João Felix whips in a free kick, and that's gone in from Jude Bellingham, who will almost certainly get his shirt retired and a stand named after him after such a performance. But yeah, we're just defensively crumbling. I mean, Chelsea were always going to beat us. I think that was always inevitable. They are a much better side than us, a much bigger club than us. You know, we're a long way behind challenging Premier League top 4 teams for anything in Europe. We'd have to play another 20 seasons, I think, to get somewhere near there at the rate we're currently developing. But you know, let's just see what we can do. Can we at least get a goal out of this? We deserve it just for the sheer dominance we've had on the ball. If I'm completely honest, we should be getting something out of this, even if it is just a goal. I'm going to just do a quick pausey thing. I don't know why I did that. I was going to go into the make sub button anyway. We are going to put these fullbacks back onto being attacking fullbacks, just because in trying to defend, I think I cost us our width. You know, and our width is it's a big thing with us. The having those attacking players coming down the wings. It's definitely that overlap is definitely something we've used to great effect in the past. It'll certainly be something I bring back for the future games. I think that's maybe hurt us a little bit. Not unleashing Francis certainly may not have helped, and Wilson not having the best game of his career. But we've done everything we can. Lost 3-0, but you know, we'll bounce back. We'll bounce back for the next game, which is against Ajax in the Champions League. And we'll come back for that episode because I figured we should just do all the Champions League group stage episodes, and I can power through to the end before we get the new game out. That feels to me a bit like a plan. So that's, I think, where we're going to end up. So let's do that thing where we finish off the episode. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll come back for the Ajax game where hopefully we'll have slightly better fortunes. I think it can't get worse than a 3-0 loss, so we'll do okay. Don't forget to hit me on the socials, Twitter, Insta and Patreon. I'm ChasingLamely on all of them. Don't forget to like and subscribe, which is down there, and ring the bell because there's FM21 content coming out very, very soon. Literally, I've already put some out, and the game hasn't even been released yet. So get involved with that. But in the meantime, guys, I've been ChasingLamely. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you very soon. Have a good one.